Good evening, you're now with me, Handy Gui for TVS Nightline, and here are the headlines for tonight. The Sarawak Governor arrives in Kuala Lumpur to attend Statesman lecture and book discussion event. Sarawak is now awaiting green light from the federal government to begin international carbon trading. ringgit 20 million allocation from Unifor to benefit 120 mission schools in Sarawak. Sarawak Governor Tun Pehin Sri Dr. Wan Junaidi Tuanku Jaafar and his wife Tuan Puan Fauziah Muhammad Sanusi arrived in Kuala Lumpur to attend the Statesman lecture and book discussion organised by Dewan Bahasa dan Pustaka DBP. They are present for the launch of Wan Junaidi's new book titled Evolusi Parlimen dan Evolusi Speaker Parlimen Malaysia, 3rd edition, with the official ceremony scheduled at 9:30 a.m. on Tuesday at Wisma DBP. Wan Junaidi is set to deliver the Statesman lecture during the event to members of Parliament, parliamentary staff, government officials, university lecturers and law students. The Sarawak government is currently awaiting the approval for the Cross-Border Transportation of Carbon Dioxide CO2 Act in Parliament this November before it can start carbon exports from carbon capture and storage CCUS projects to other countries. Sarawak Premier Datuk Patinggi Tan Sri Johari Tun Openg said the law is necessary for the cross-border sale of this commodity, which involves the national governments of the host country and the buying country.
Kita pun undang-undang dah ada. Hanya kita nak transport. Kita nak macam kita nak transport katakan Singapura. Nya ada national government to national government. Dan ini boleh diselesaikan nya minor. Minor problem. Kalau boleh lulus baru kita boleh dagang. Kita mesti mengikut undang-undang juga. Sarawak sangat patuh dengan undang-undang.
He spoke to reporters after witnessing the signing of a Memorandum of Understanding (MOU) between the Sarawak Forest Corporation (SFC) and Petronas regarding a nature-based solutions collaboration project in Kuching on Monday. Meanwhile, when asked about the issuance of licenses for carbon trading activities, despite the absence of a framework for cross-border trade, he said that this matter falls under state jurisdiction.
Kita sudah ada proposal dah ada, tetapi kita mesti ada mempunyai undang-undang transportation of carbon juga. Itu adalah carbon storage CCUS. Kita mesti ada undang-undang. Bagaimana kita conveykan bagi kita menghantarkan karbon ini. Yang undang-undang ini kita bergantung kepada Kuala Lumpur. We call it transboundary transport. Transboundary transport of carbon.
Untuk di bawah federal.
Ya di bawah federal.
At the same time, Abang Johari said the Sarawak government is working with the World Bank to assess the accounting principles required for the assessment of global carbon trade based on the 1996 London Protocol.
Sarawak Forestry Corporation (SFC) has entered into a Memorandum of Understanding (MOU) with Petroleum Nasional Berhad Petronas to develop nature-based solutions (NBS) projects in Sarawak. Sarawak Premier Datuk Patinggi Tan Sri Johari Tun Openg explained that NBS involves conservation and restoration of natural ecosystem to reduce greenhouse gas emissions.
Nature-based means you use the nature capital
to solve a solution, especially in terms of climate change and the emission of carbon. In other words, you use the trees to absorb carbon, so it is nature-based, without any extra energy.
Under the MOU, both parties will identify and explore potential sites in Sarawak for NBS projects that will benefit local communities and biodiversity. At the same time, the collaboration will seek effective solutions to climate change.
A total of 120 mission schools across Sarawak will benefit from the 20 million ringgit location from the Unit for Other Religions Unifor Sarawak. Deputy Premier Dato' Amar Douglas Ugahambas said the fund would be used for the construction of new buildings or renovation, including the purchase of new furniture and computer equipment.
Uga, who is the minister in charge of Unifor, said the assistance was from the state government. He expressed hope that the schools receiving the aid would follow the financial regulations in spending based on the scope of their applications, noting that the schools are required to submit progress reports of their projects twice a year to Unifor in March and September until the projects are completed and the grants fully spent. Of the figure, 44 schools under the Anglican Diocese of Kuching received a total of 7.8 million ringgit, while 32 schools under the Roman Catholic Archdiocese of Kuching were given 5 million ringgit. Additionally, 23 schools of the Roman Catholic of the Cebu Diocese received a total of 3.6 million ringgit, while 7 schools under the Roman Catholic Church of Miri Diocese received 1.1 million ringgit.
The Malaysia Games Sukma serves as a vital platform in the development of young athletic talents across the nation, as athletes as young as 12 years old are being scouted for their potential to become the country's next sports champions. According to the Director General of the National Sports Council, Abdul Rashid Yaqub, experts in various sports disciplines are brought in to observe the athletes competing in Sukma Sarawak to identify and groom future Olympians.
Bakat ini tidak semestinya mereka berada di pingat emas, perak ataupun gangsa. Mungkin mereka berbakat tapi umur mereka sangat muda. Mungkin mereka nombor 5, nombor 6 tapi punya susuk tubuh ataupun fizikal yang kita nampak mungkin boleh lebih berjaya pada masa hadapan. Jadi kita memang ada tim kita yang datang untuk melihat semua perkara ini dan kita.
He added that selected athletes will participate in a full-time program tailored by the National Sports Council.
Kita akan bawa atlet ini sama ada mereka ditempatkan di negeri masing-masing ataupun dibawa ke KL ataupun dan dapat mengikuti program sepenuh masa yang ada di Majlis Sukan Negara supaya prestasi dapat dipertingkatkan lagi.
Abdul Rashid made these remarks to TVS at the broadcast center of the 21st Sukma in Sarawak Stadium on Monday.
Meanwhile, Abdul Rashid believes that weightlifting is one of the sports with great potential to contribute medals on the Olympic stage. He explained that the NSC will be focusing on weightlifting as a new sport to promote alongside badminton and cycling.
Bagi sukan yang dah memang kita ada bakat-bakat baik, kita akan cuba kekalkan ataupun pertingkatkan lagi. Tapi bagi sukan-sukan baru seperti angkat berat dan beberapa sukan combat ataupun sukan baru seperti climbing, skateboarding dan sebagainya, kita juga akan lihat perkara ini. Mungkin kita dapat bangunkan sukan ini bagi tujuan kita mencapai kejayaan di sukan Olimpik satu hari nanti.
Perlis weightlifter Muhammad Azri Azhar successfully defended his gold medal in the men's 55-kilogram weightlifting event for the second consecutive time at this year's Malaysia Games Sukma 2024. He secured victory with a total lift of 230 kilograms, consisting of 100 kilograms in the snatch and 130 kilograms in the clean and jerk.
Muhammad Azri expressed his gratitude for being able to achieve his personal mission for defending the gold medal at this Sukma edition.
Ini adalah misi saya untuk mempertahankan pingat emas. So alhamdulillah, ini adalah rekod baru untuk saya.
Dan saya sebenarnya mencuba untuk mencari.
Dan saya ingin mencuba untuk memecah rekod kebangsaan. Tapi tak ada rezeki untuk tahun ini. InsyaAllah 2 tahun lagi saya akan buat yang terbaik untuk mencari rekod kebangsaan.
Muhammad Azri also took the opportunity to thank everyone who worked tirelessly to ensure he was fully prepared for this year's Sukma. The 55-kilogram weightlifting event also saw Muhammad Rahimi Sulaiman from Pahang clinch second place with a total lift of 229 kilograms, 103 kilograms in the snatch, and 126 kilograms in the clean and jerk. While the bronze medal was claimed by Ahmad Darwisi Zarfan Ahmad Tarmizi from the Federal Territory, who recorded a total lift of 211 kilograms, 93 kilograms in the snatch, and 118 kilograms in the clean and jerk. For the record, Muhammad Azri won his first gold medal at Sukma 2022 in the 55-kilogram event with a total lift of 223 kilograms, which included 98 kilograms in the snatch and 125 kilograms in the clean and jerk.
Thank you for staying with us. The Tengku Mahkota of Pahang, Tengku Hassanal Ibrahim Alam Shah, wants police to take firm action against Tan Sri Muhyiddin Yassin for allegedly touching on the 3R, race, religion and royalty issue, while campaigning in the Ninggiri state by-election recently. Tengku Hassanal also expressed his displeasure and disappointment with the action of the former Prime Minister, who questioned the duties and role of the Sultan of Pahang, Al-Sultan Abdullah Riayatuddin Al-Mustafa Billah Shah, when he was the 16th Yang di-Pertuan Agong.
Tengku Hassanal claimed that the veteran politician manipulated facts to present a negative narrative to the public by suggesting that Al-Sultan Abdullah acted unfairly during the selection of the 10th Prime Minister. Tengku Hassanal said Al-Sultan Abdullah did not make the decision to appoint the Prime Minister lightly, as His Majesty consulted constitutional experts and key national public servants, as well as the views of the Conference of Rulers before appointing the Prime Minister. Based on Article 40, Bracket D of the Federal Constitution, the Prime Minister is appointed at the discretion of the Yang di-Pertuan Agong, who is the head of state. His Majesty is also guided by Article 43, Bracket 2, which stipulates that the Prime Minister must be appointed from among members of Parliament who, in the King's judgment, commands the majority confidence of the members of that House. Tengku Hassanal advised all politicians to always uphold the principles of the Rukun Negara and unite the people so that Malaysia can become a developed nation. Earlier, a speech by Muhyiddin, which allegedly questioned the credibility of the Sultan of Pahang when he was the 16th Yang di-Pertuan Agong, went viral on social media. The Tengku Mahkota's private secretary, Amir Shafiq Hamzah, lodged a police report regarding the matter at 10 p.m. on Sunday.
The government will decide whether future humanitarian missions to bring injured Palestinians to Malaysia for treatment will continue. Defence Minister Dato Sri Muhammad Khaled Nordin said, for now, the entry of Palestinian citizens is limited only to those who arrived last Friday.
It will depend for the government to decide. At the moment, that's it. Yeah, at the moment, that's it. Sebab tak mudah untuk dapat itu.
Khaled spoke to reporters after officiating the launch of the Jalur Gemilang flag in conjunction with the 2024 National Month celebrations at the Ministry of Defence, MINDEF, earlier today. Last Friday, 41 Palestinians injured in attacks by the Zionist regime in Gaza arrived safely at the Subang Air Force Base, accompanied by 86 family members. The two aircraft carrying the Palestinians departed from Al-Maza Air Base, Egypt, on a 13-hour flight with a stopover in Karachi before continuing to Malaysia. This mission was conducted as a humanitarian gesture to show the solidarity of the Malaysian people with the Palestinians and to reaffirm Malaysia's stance against inhumane actions or genocide. When asked about the condition of the Palestinians being treated at the Tuanku Mizan Military Hospital in Wangsa Maju, Khaled said they are all in stable condition. Meanwhile, Khaled emphasized that the Ministry of Defence has not appointed any governmental organization to collect donations for the Palestinians receiving treatment in Malaysia. He added that those wishing to contribute can directly contact MINDEF or the Malaysian Armed Forces Hospital.
The Malaysian ringgit reached an 18-month high today, driven by concerns of a potential recession in the United States, said an analyst. At 6 p.m., the ringgit strengthened to 4.38 against the US dollar, marking its best performance since February 14, 2023.
Bank Muamalat Malaysia Berhad's chief economist, Dr. Muhammad AFzanam Abdul Rashid, noted that the ringgit continues to display resilience and perform well against the US dollar. He said the US dollar ringgit exchange rate broke its support level of 4 ringgit 40 cents this morning, positioning the ringgit as one of the best performing currencies in the Asian region. He hinted that the Jackson Hole Symposium on August 22nd and the upcoming Federal Open Market Committee meeting in September could signal more rate cuts from September onwards. With these developments, the ringgit has appreciated by 4.28% against the US dollar year to date. At the close, the ringgit also traded mostly higher against a basket of major currencies and was traded almost higher against ASEAN currencies. The local note gained against the Singapore dollar to 3.34 and was higher against the Philippine peso at 7.73. It also inched up versus the Indonesian rupiah to 281.6 but weakened against the Thai baht.
The Philippines has detected a new case of the Mpox virus in the country, the first since December of last year. The Philippines Health Department announced on Monday it is awaiting test results to identify the specific strain.
Meanwhile, the Department of Health, DOH, said the patient was a 33-year-old Filipino male who had no travel history outside the Philippines. The World Health Organization, WHO, on August 14th declared Mpox a global public health emergency, its highest form of alert, following an outbreak in the Democratic Republic of Congo that had spread to neighboring countries. A new form of the virus has triggered global concerns as it seems to spread easily through routine close contact. A case of the new variant was confirmed on Thursday in Sweden and linked to a growing outbreak in Africa, the first sign of its spread outside the continent. Meanwhile, Pakistan on Friday confirmed at least one case of the Mpox virus in a patient who had returned from a Gulf country, but said they did not yet know the strain of the virus. The new case in the Philippines is the 10th laboratory-confirmed case the health department has detected. Its first case was in July 2022. For the record, the disease caused by the monkeypox virus leads to flu-like symptoms and pus-filled lesions. While often mild, it can be deadly, especially for children, pregnant women, and individuals with weakened immune systems, including those living with HIV, who are at a heightened risk of complications.
Doctors in India held a nationwide strike over the weekend, intensifying protests following the brutal rape and murder of a fellow colleague, which has ignited widespread outrage over the persistent issue of violence against women. The body of the 31-year-old postgraduate student, found bloodied at a state-run hospital in Kolkata on August 9, has sparked a wave of anger, leading to massive protests in several cities across the country. In a show of solidarity with the doctors, thousands took to the streets of Kolkata on Sunday evening, demanding justice as authorities in West Bengal grapple with the growing unrest over this horrific crime.
The murdered doctor was found in the teaching hospital's seminar hall, suggesting she had gone there for a rest during a 36-hour shift. An autopsy confirmed sexual assault, and in a petition to the court, the victim's parents said they suspected their daughter was gang-raped. A police volunteer designated to help police personnel and their families with hospital admissions when needed has been arrested and charged with the crime. However, Kolkata's police were accused by an angry public of mishandling the case, and the city's High Court transferred the investigation to India's top Central Bureau of Investigation to inspire public confidence.
Japan's ruling Liberal Democratic Party, LDP, is finalizing plans to hold its leadership election on September 27th. With the LDP's dominant position in the lower house, the newly elected leader is expected to become Japan's next prime minister. This follows current Prime Minister Fumio Kishida's announcement of his intent to step down in September, ending a 3-year term marked by public dissatisfaction due to political scandals. The operator of Japan's stricken Fukushima nuclear power plant today said it will send a probe inside a battered reactor this week for trial removal of radioactive debris. Tokyo Electric Power Company TEPCO aims to retrieve a tiny sample of the estimated 880 tons of radioactive debris that is believed to sit inside reactors at the tsunami-hit nuclear plant.
The sample will be studied for clues about the condition of the inside of the reactors and their hazardous contents, a crucial step towards decommissioning the plant. The debris has radiation levels so high that TEPCO has had to develop specialized robots that can withstand them to function inside. Removing it has long been dubbed the most daunting challenge in the decades-long project to decommission the Fukushima Daiichi nuclear plant. 3 of Fukushima's 6 reactors were operating when the tsunami hit on March 11, 2011, knocking down cooling systems and sending them into meltdown in what became the worst nuclear disaster since Chernobyl. In 3 units of the Fukushima plant, fuel and other materials melted and then solidified into highly radioactive fuel debris. In February, TEPCO deployed 2 mini-drones and a snake-shaped robot into one of the 3 nuclear reactors as part of the preparations for the removal task. The latest probe, equipped with a robotic arm, is expected to take about a week to reach radioactive debris inside the reactor and should emerge again with the sample next month. Almost a year ago, Japan began to release wastewater from the stricken plant into the Pacific Ocean. The step has sparked a diplomatic row with China and Russia, both of which banned seafood imports, although Japan insists the discharge is safe, a view backed by the UN Atomic Agency.
See the world closer with TVS as we bring you the latest news updates locally and internationally. For more headlines anytime, anywhere, just head on to our official website at tvsarawak.my or follow us on our social media platforms. Those were the updates on TVS Nightline. I'm Handy Gui. Thank you for watching. Have a good night.